の中に絶対はないという、それは本当か？
絶対。
そう絶対あるかないか。あと5秒。3、2。
ある。正義だ。正義は絶対勝つ。
ブーブー、違う。悪だ。悪が絶対勝つ。
違う。正義だ。
よし、どっちが正しいか私が確かめてやる。
What is up, everyone? This is your buddy Chukatron back at you again, doing another unboxing and review, and right now I'm going to be doing it on the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin King Sphinx figure. So I was looking for some Transformers the other day, and bam, this guy ended up being on one of the shelves, and which is really cool because he's one of my favorite villains from Jew Ranger / Power Rangers. I really like him more in Jew Ranger, but I always loved this guy. The design of him, he just looked amazing, and I forgot that Hasbro was releasing this, so it was a pleasant surprise. And now I'm here with you about to do this unboxing and review. So if you're new to my channel, I want to say thank you for clicking on my vid. I'll ask that you hit the subscribe button. If you enjoy videos like this and want to stay in tune with the Chukatron channel, also hit the notification bell so that you are notified when I do put out videos. And if you do enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. I don't care. Any criticism, any likes, dislikes, it all works out good because I invite all the criticism. So without further ado, let's take a look at this figure right now. We're also going to be taking a look at him with the original King Sphinx figure, which is an amazing toy. So let's get into it. We'll start off right quick by taking a look at him in the packaging. Now there are actually two packagings that came out with this figure. This is the normal version, and there is a Target exclusive version with the foil shiny outside right here, which looks way better. Unfortunately, I ended up finding this one and not that one, but I ended up finding him as well. So here's a look at him there. We notice that he's really nicely displayed, wings out, looking really awesome right there on the front, really nicely displayed. We see that he does come with a lightning effects, and it looks like to be some hands. Right there on the side, we do have that nice illustration of him in the lightning collection motif. There's a look at the side there, and on the back we do have the promo shot of him looking really rad. So we're gonna unbox it. Before I get into it, let's just talk about the character itself. So in Power Rangers, he wasn't really looked into as far as character development. He was just kind of like appeared and he fought with the Power Rangers, this and that. But in the actual Jew Ranger, if we'll look at it, he actually is this really weird looking Pee Wee Herman guy, and he's the Riddler version to the Power Rangers. So what Riddler was to Batman, King Sphinx is to the Power Rangers, or the Jew Rangers I should say. And in the Jew Ranger episodes, they actually show him, he shows up as a regular guy in a game show host, and he pops up with his chair, and you have a certain amount of time to figure out the riddles. If not, he turns into this guy, this beast looking guy, and ends up sending you into a tree, and he turns you to a tree, and it's crazy. But I really love this character. He was really cuckoo, and he has the funniest mannerisms in the show. So if you haven't seen Jew Ranger, the episode with Dora Sphinx, go check it out. And I'm going to be referring to him as Dora Sphinx because that's what he is to me. I didn't really see the episodes when I was younger with the King Sphinx, but I did see him later on, like in adulthood, and I didn't really like it. I really think they did a poor job of developing the character. But anyways, back to the figure. Let's open him up and check him out. So here is a look at him in the inside clamshell. We notice that we have a better look at the accessories, and he does come with his staff there. There's a look at the front. All right, guys, so now that I have him out of the packaging, my first reactions are, I think he looks awesome. I have a mixed review right now just from looking at him because obviously, as you can see, there's just a lot of paint missing from him. And I think a lot of missed opportunities that could have went with the figure, but overall, he's just big, beefy, and he looks awesome, man. He's just looking good. I'm gonna go in detail in it a bit. Just wanna show you him right there on the side and on the back. Now, I don't have his wings on. We're gonna put that on him in a little bit, but I'm just doing my first takes on him. So let's go deeper into the figure now. Now, if we look at the head mold there, it looks really good. Some minor paint issues here, like with the lines and all that not matching up, but overall the color looks really good and it does look on point. Snake there looks really plain a bit, but it does have some blue paint there on the back. Notice that his face there, beautifully detailed as far as the molding looks good there. We notice the side there on his face, and on the other side, all the little details on his forehead and on his mouth. That looks amazing. Phenomenal sculpt work. The chin area looks great. Unfortunately, we know that he doesn't have any paint on his teeth there. They could have did a little bit on the nose, but overall the sculpt is really good. Now, me personally, I am probably going to alter this figure. I'm going to paint the inside of his mouth, and I'm going to paint his teeth, and I'm going to make him look really cool. So this is like kind of like a halfway finished product for me, because I'm actually going to fix him up a bit. But there's a look at the side of the head. We notice it's really large there on the back. On the back there, all those lines are looking really, really good. I got no complaints right there because they look phenomenal. So there's a look at the head. We'll look at the chest now. Now we look at the chest, we do have those little hieroglyphics right there detailed in on each side. The eye detailed right there. The muscles looking pretty good. On the shoulder pieces here, we do have some showing of like battle worn, like damage right here with all these scratches. And he does have some hieroglyphic detail right there on the sides. There's nice blue paint right there on the bottom. So I have no issues with that. Looks phenomenal. The actual arms there, if we notice there, looking really cool and muscular. We do have some paint right there, some added detail and shading right there, some blue paint on the other side as well. Notice all the detailing and the mold just looks great. We have some detailing right there of like kind of like furish skin or something like that, looking really nice. We look at the hands there. He has 3 fingers and a thumb, which look really good. I kind of wish they would have added a little bit more paint for some detail, but like I said, I'm probably going to end up modifying it. So if you're a customizer, if you're somebody like that and you want to really hook this figure up, this is a really good way to do it, good figure to do it with. So when we look at the waist there, he does have this this sash here on the bottom, which is made out of like a soft rubbery plastic there. We notice we do have the details of the ankh and some hieroglyphics on the bottom there with red paint, red and black paint, which is really looking good. The legs, man, his legs are beefy. Look at his legs, all the detail there with the muscles, and you do have some gray paint, and we do have some blue paint there, which I kind of forgot to mention right here on the chest. He does have some shading right there around his chest area and some blue right there on the stomach. So that looks good. His legs are really beefy like in the show. We notice that his knees are painted yellow. All the detail there on the legs. He's a really buff looking guy. So it looks great. His legs here, perfect. I don't have to do anything to him. Probably end up painting the bottom here on the feet. We look at the feet there. We do have some detailing and shading on the toes, but I'll probably end up painting the actual nails, so just to give him a little bit more pizzazz. So overall, the front, very nice. Sculpt is beautiful. On the back there, obviously, we have the 2 holes that the wings will go into. On the back there, we do have some muscle detailing. And on the back here, we do have his tail, which is awesome. It actually moves. It's just not like glued in there and just stiff. Actually move it around. So that's really nice. And it does have the tip painted. And that's the look at the back of it. So overall, all the detail looks really phenomenal. Let's take a look now at his articulation. We'll start off again with the head now. His head can rotate about each way, about 90 degrees left and right. The thing that's hindering him is the chin part right here. Can't go over his shoulder. It can rotate like that, like I said. It can tilt up and down about 45 degrees. It has a hinge joint right there, and it's on a ball joint, so you got a little bit of pivoting on there. His arms can go out and in, not a full 90 because of the shoulder guards that are here. They're actually glued on, so you can't really go too much far out like that, but they can rotate around 360 degrees, and he does have a bicep swivel joint there, so that actually rotates all the way around 360. He does have some double jointed arms right there, which is really nice. The hands there are really awesome, man. This is really beastly looking hands. I love them, man. They also have a pivoting point right there, and they can rotate 360 degrees. He does have this point right here on the top section that can rotate 360 degrees, and he does have the ab crunch joint. Boom. So the skirt area here doesn't really limit that motion because it's made out of a soft plastic, which is great. That's a good idea. His legs can go out and in almost 90 degrees. He does have the thigh swivel joint, which is, on mine, is really, really tight. But it can go all the way around. And he does have double jointed knee, which is great. On the feet there, he has actually a joint right there on his ankle, which can rotate 360 degrees. And also his foot can rotate 300, no, actually, no, it can't. It can actually swivel around like that. It's actually on a ball joint and on a swivel. So if you look at that, wow, it has great motion, man. That is really fantastic. And of course, his tail's on a ball joint on the back, which can rotate all around like that, up and down. And it doesn't have any kind of, it's really tight. So it doesn't like, just, you can keep it up like that and it'll stay up, at least on mine. So overall, all this articulation, really amazing. So on to the accessories now. He does come with obviously these big wings here, and when we notice him there, they do have some bits of painting, but look at all the details on the actual feathers, which looks great. Looks just like the show. And on the outside portion here, we do have some detailing of some gray paint. On the opposite end, there's a look at that, and he does come with both of them, and they peg right into the back. So I'll just add these on there, and they just see, let's just see how good they pop in. They don't really pop in that good. So all right, so after battling the crap out of these points right here to push them in, I finally was able to get the wings on. So that was really brutal. So quick heads up, guys, those wings are really not easy to get in. You got to push the crap out of them until they really, almost the whole ball part of it just has to go in all the way. But once they're on, yeah, I don't even want to move this around too much. We do have that articulation there that we can actually put them back, which kind of looks cool. And as you can see, they just pop right out. But you got to push the crap out of them back in. And hopefully they'll stay in place. Can't really move them around too much. They'll just pop right out. But there's a look at the figure with it. If everything worked well, these things could actually rotate all the way around like so. They do pivot out and in, again, like I said. Once they're on, they look really good. Quick advisory, don't move them around too much because they'll just pop right out. He also does come with two hands. Now he does come with a left one in a fisted position, and he also comes with a right one in a kind of a holding position. So what we can do is see how hard it is to pop his hands off. Beautiful, easy. We'll just put one in like so, like that, and then we'll just pop out the other. Hopefully that one is easy to do as well. So we'll pop that out and bam. Easy peasy. Got that on him. Next up, we'll take a look at the staff that he comes with, which is really nice. If we notice it there, it is like the question mark on the top because he's, like I said, he's like the Riddler. On the top there, we do have some little string detailing that's on the top like so. This part is painted this dull yellow. And on the handle part here, we notice that this blue molded plastic, we do have some detailing of like some hieroglyphics. So that really looks nice. Actually some etching or something on it there, which gives it like this little flame kind of like hieroglyphic type detail. And on the bottom we do have that part in, and with his new hand in, we actually pop in. All right, so there's a look at him holding his staff like that. Bam. Glad I was able to get him in. So we got some really nice hands now, and we got that cool looking staff. And lastly but not least is the lightning effects that he comes with. Now he does come with this very unique lightning effects. As you see here, it's made out of this orange translucent soft plastic. And if we notice on the detailing there, he has the question marks there, and there, and on the side right there. And I love this figure, like I said, because he just asks a bunch of questions, and if you answer him wrong, he'll fly you into a tree and make you into a tree. So he's a really cool villain. Let's see if we can actually get this on the staff. So I believe you can actually just put it on the staff there and decorate the staff like that. So we could just wrap it around or actually just put it through. Let's see how that looks. So yeah, you can actually add it like that, like it says blast effects there. So overall, all the articulation, all the details. We're going to compare him with some other figures and also the original Dora Sphinx figure. All right, guys, so here's a look at him next to the original 1993 King Sphinx figure. As you can see, it's a great looking figure, and it's a big figure, and he almost pretty much matches the size of him. He's probably like half an inch smaller than the original Dora Sphinx, but overall I think they did a fantastic job at updating this really good figure, because this is one of the coolest looking out of the Power Ranger villains. So there's a look at him on the front. On the side, we notice where he shares all the similar details, which I think they did a good job with him because we do have some detailings there. It's just painted a little bit better and obviously a way more nice update to the figure. But I just wanted to pull him out just to get a quick throwback on the original figure with him. And bam, there's a look at the side and on the back. So here's a look at him now with the Goldar figure. Now this is the first release of the Goldar figure, and look at the scale of him here. I mean, Dora Sphinx is huge compared to Goldar here. He's about 1.5 inches taller, and he's way more beefier than the Goldar figure. And I thought the Goldar figure was actually really big, but compared to Dora Sphinx, there they are, the tag team. One of the best tag teams that they had on Power Rangers. And for another comparison, here's a look at him next to the Red Ranger. Notice how bigger he is and more bulkier he is than the actual Red Ranger figure. Really nice. So here's a look at King Sphinx now with the customized paint I added on him. So I'm gonna go over basically what I did with him and just slight adjustments that made a huge improvement on the figure. So when we look at the face there, I actually painted the back of the mouth there black. And I actually painted his teeth so we can actually get a good look at the detail that's actually on the mouth. And I think it came out looking amazing. Right there on the chin, I actually painted that part with a little bit of red paint. And I think that looks great because he did have that in the show. When we look at the chest there, I did paint the hieroglyphics that are on his chest. Those were actually painted in the show as well. And when we look at the shoulder pads here, I painted the little markings of the hieroglyphics that are on his shoulder pad. Right there and on the back, on the other side as well, again like he had in the show. When we look at his hands, I did end up painting the claws right there on that side and also on the other fingers. So if we look at it there, gives it that little bit of detail that just makes it pop out a whole lot more. And another thing I did right there is on the staff, I actually painted this portion right here is blue and this part right here red. I saw some pictures of the production on the episode, and he did have this part right here blue and this part red, so I decided to paint it just to give it a little bit more pizzazz right there. And on the feet there, I did paint the claws right there white. So overall, really satisfied with this figure. I was gonna paint the eyeball sections right here blue like they are in the show, but I just stopped it at that because I think it looks phenomenal. And as you can see there, a little bit goes a long way. So if you guys could get some acrylic paint, go do this custom. I think it'll look awesome. So there's my unboxing on the Lightning Collection King Sphinx figure. Overall, I really do like this figure. Once you customize it though, it really makes a huge difference. So I encourage you guys to go out and do it if you're not happy with the figure as is. Other than that, it's great. Till next time, this is Chukatron signing out, saying peace, love, harmony, God bless. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, chances are you'll enjoy another one. Hit the subscribe and notification bell for more Chukatron content.